Honeybees demonstrate remarkable collective intelligence through sophisticated decision-making processes that have evolved over millions of years. When bee colonies face critical choices like selecting new nest sites, they don't rely on random selection or individual preferences. Instead, they engage in complex group evaluations that involve multiple stages of information gathering and assessment. Recent research has revealed that these tiny insects possess cognitive abilities that allow them to process information, share knowledge, and reach consensus decisions that benefit their entire community. The decision-making process begins when scout bees venture out to explore potential locations for new colonies. These scouts don't just casually examine available sites, they conduct thorough evaluations that include assessing cavity size, entrance, quality, protection from weather, and proximity to food sources. Each scout bee must gather detailed information about their chosen location and remember specific features that will be important for the colony's survival and success. The cognitive demands of this evaluation process require sophisticated memory systems and analytical abilities that were previously underestimated in insects. Scout bees communicate their findings through elaborate dance performances that convey precise information about distance, direction, and quality of potential nest sites. These dances aren't simple movements, but complex communication systems that include specific gestures and patterns representing different aspects of each location. The ability to translate spatial information into symbolic dance movements demonstrates abstract thinking capabilities that rival those found in much larger animals. Other bees in the colony must interpret these dance communications and use the information to make informed decisions about which sites deserve further investigation. The verification process involves additional bees visiting the sites promoted by different scouts to independently assess the quality of each option. These inspector bees don't simply accept the original scout's evaluation. Instead, they conduct their own thorough examinations and compare their findings with information presented in the dance communications. This fact-checking system ensures that decisions are based on accurate information rather than incomplete or biased assessments. The ability to cross-reference information from multiple sources demonstrates sophisticated cognitive processing that enables reliable group decision-making. Bees exhibit remarkable flexibility in their decision-making by changing their preferences when presented with new information or better alternatives. Scout bees who initially supported one location will abandon their first choice if they discover superior options during the evaluation process. This adaptability prevents colonies from committing to suboptimal decisions simply because they were made early in the process. The willingness to revise opinions based on updated evidence shows that bees can engage in rational thinking that prioritizes colony welfare over individual consistency. The consensus-building process involves monitoring support levels for different options until a clear preference emerges within the colony. Bees don't rely on arbitrary deadlines or simple majority votes. Instead, they use sophisticated sensing mechanisms to determine when sufficient agreement has been reached to proceed with implementation. This approach ensures that decisions reflect genuine colony-wide consensus rather than hasty choices made without adequate deliberation. The ability to recognize when enough information has been gathered and sufficient agreement achieved demonstrates advanced social cognition. Quality control measures prevent misinformation from influencing the decision-making process through multiple verification steps and transparent communication systems. Scout bees must provide accurate, detailed information about their proposed sites, and any attempts to misrepresent locations get quickly identified through the inspection process. The public nature of dance communications makes it impossible to hide important information or manipulate other colony members through deceptive presentations. This commitment to accuracy ensures that collective decisions are based on reliable facts rather than misleading information. When conflicts arise between equally attractive options, bees have developed procedures for resolving deadlocks without abandoning the decision-making process. Extended evaluation periods allow more scouts to examine competing sites and provide additional information that can help break ties. Sometimes larger inspection teams visit disputed locations to conduct more thorough comparative assessments that reveal subtle differences between options. The ability to handle complex decision scenarios demonstrates sophisticated problem-solving capabilities that enable effective group coordination. Bees can overturn previous decisions and restart the selection process when circumstances change or new information reveals problems with chosen locations. This flexibility allows colonies to adapt quickly to changing conditions rather than persisting with choices that no longer serve their best interests. The willingness to acknowledge mistakes and seek better alternatives shows that bee decision-making involves ongoing evaluation rather than rigid adherence to initial choices. This adaptability has likely contributed to the evolutionary success of social bee species across diverse environments. The efficiency of bee decision-making processes stems from their shared evolutionary interests and focus on practical outcomes rather than individual preferences or competing agendas. Every bee in the colony benefits from finding the best possible nest site, which eliminates conflicts of interest that might complicate human group decisions. The transparent communication systems and verification procedures ensure that all relevant information gets considered during the evaluation process. This combination of shared goals and reliable information processing enables rapid consensus building that produces optimal outcomes for the entire community. The cognitive abilities required for effective collective decision-making include sophisticated memory systems, episodic-like recall, and the capacity to learn through observation of other colony members. Bees can remember detailed information about multiple locations, compare different options based on various criteria, and modify their behavior based on new experiences. These mental capabilities demonstrate that even insects with relatively simple nervous systems can engage in complex reasoning processes when working together toward common goals. The success of bee colonies in making effective group decisions challenges traditional assumptions about the cognitive requirements for intelligent behavior and suggests that collective intelligence can emerge from the coordinated activities of many individuals with relatively modest individual capabilities. These discoveries about animal cognition represent a fundamental shift in how we understand intelligence across species. The 2025 research revealed that complex thinking abilities evolve separately in birds and mammals, which means intelligence isn't some rare accident that happened once, but emerged through convergent evolution at least twice in vertebrate history. Scientists found that avian and mammalian brains developed surprisingly similar neural circuits despite evolving completely independently from each other. The research also confirmed that cephalopods like octopuses have passed cognitive tests originally designed for human children, demonstrating that sophisticated problem-solving abilities can emerge from radically different neural architectures. These discoveries prove that animals have been operating with remarkable mental capabilities that we're only beginning to recognize and understand. Every time you see a crow solving puzzles or watch bees making collective decisions, you're witnessing forms of intelligence that challenge our assumptions about animal consciousness. Start paying attention to the behaviors of animals around you, and you might notice cognitive abilities that science is just starting to document and appreciate.